Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm Jane and my husband Mike does everything behind the camera. We're British early retirees, we have no debt, we've paid off the mortgage, and we live a thrifty, frugal and money-saving life here in Brittany in northwest France. And every Friday we bring you something food related. Sometimes I cook, sometimes we meal plan together, sometimes we have a topic based on saving money on food, and some days, like today, I'm sharing with you a shopping haul. Now this is what I would call a very regular shopping haul. It's not a top up, it's not a store cupboard filler, it's just food we eat over the next week or so. This is my second shop of the month. I don't even know the date, and it's the 21st. So this is my second shop of the month, and it'll probably be the last shop of the month, and it will just keep us going until we hit March. Now, I always like to say this to people because you could be watching for the very first time and you'll say your supermarkets, your groceries are so much cheaper than Australia or Canada or America or any other country. And I hear you and I feel for you. But I think something we need to acknowledge that it is difficult to put food on the table for working families everywhere in the world. There's a very small percentage of people aren't feeling it in their purses, in their pocketbooks, are they? And I want you to remember, for where I live here in Brittany in northwest France, an average take-home salary is $1,350 a month. An average rent for a 2-bedroom apartment is $600 to $750 a month. Their average energy bill will be $100 to $150 per month. It's costing them $7 a gallon to put fuel in their car and get to their jobs. So I understand wherever you are that you are struggling with your food prices, and it is really, really difficult. But I never want you thinking that food here is just so much cheaper than everyone else, and that everyone here in France is living the high life because their groceries are so cheap in comparison to yours. So I always like to put that out there. If you're watching this and you're in France and you're French and you're in France, you're watching this right now, can you leave a comment below of how it is difficult for you to put food on the table, to pay for your groceries? Because it is really, really not easy. Anyway, back to the shopping haul. I did all of my shopping today in Lidl. It was just convenient for me. Their prices are pretty good, their products are pretty good, and that's what I'm going to show you today. Let's get going with the shopping haul. I'll start off with the frozen food that I bought today because it needs to go in the freezer. I bought a 1 kilo pack of beef steaks, beef burgers. Fascinating thing about French beef burgers is they're not round, they're lozenge shape, so you can put them in a baguette. That was $9.49 for the 1 kilo pack, and all that is in that is beef. That's it, beef. I've then got a 1.5 kilo pack of peas, and the peas were $2.62. I've then got a 1 kilo bag of mixed vegetables that I will use for stir fry, because I was just in the store today and I thought, heck to the meal plan. I really fancy something really quick and fresh today, and I'm going to have chicken and vegetable stir fry for lunch. So that was a kilo, and that was $3.59. And then, because this time of year a fresh cauliflower is $2.50, €2.50, and they weren't very big either. So I've got a kilo of frozen cauliflower here for $1.36. And that's very much what I'm doing at the moment. I'm bulking out my shopping. I'm finding more economical ways of buying things by sometimes buying them frozen. Let's start off with the onions. These are from Roscoff on the north coast of Brittany. They're Roscoff pink onions, and these are the type of onions that we eat raw and in a salad. And that was $2.49 for 4 of them. I've then got 2 peppers, were 99 cents. And they're not great, but literally they were the best ones there. Now I'm probably gonna have to chop 2 of these up and put them straight in the freezer because I'm already feeling soft. I've got little tomatoes at 99 cents a pack. And I've got 3 lemons for $1.49. I then bought 2 cucumbers at €1.10 each. I've got a 2 kilo bag of carrots at $1.99. So that would be 50 cents a pound, because $1 and €1 is almost identical in value. I've then bought cooked beetroot. Again, this will go into salads, and that's 73 each. You'll see I've got salad stuff here this week because that's what there was in the shop. And honestly, it was cheaper than seasonal winter vegetables. So I've got 2 packs of those at 73 each. I've got my bunch of leeks for $1.69. And you can see here, most of our things come in a cotton net. Sadly, the carrots have come in a plastic bag. And then I've got little lettuce, sucrine. British people call those little gem. And they're like miniature cos lettuces. And those were 89 each. Now these, anything with a good hard, when you test it and it's a good hard bottom to your lettuce, you'll know that that will last a few days. So these will last a week. Broccoli comes in a ½ kilo pack, so that's a pound of broccoli. So broccoli is $1.29, and that was the best one there. That's up. That was 99 cents when I bought that 2 weeks ago. So you can see things go up, things go down. And then I've got ham. 400 grams is just under a pound. 500 grams is a pound. So that's just under a pound, and that is $3.99. But it is good thick slices of ham, $3.99. And they last quite a while. The date on those is somewhere that I can't see. There's the date on that. So right up to the 12th of March. Now this is an example of why we very rarely buy any snacks. $3.35 for those nuts, for those pistachio nuts. I mean, that is just unaffordable. Chips, crisps, snacks, nuts, all of those things are things that we very, very seldom buy. They're totally, totally unaffordable. So now we're on to semi-skimmed milk. Semi-skimmed milk. These are 99 cents each. And that's 1 litre each. Eggs. Price of eggs. Everywhere. It's topic of conversation, is it? 10 free-range outdoor chicken eggs are $1.64. We're getting through a lot of eggs at the moment. And of all the prices I did not write down butter. So bear with me as I look up the butter. The butter is $4.79, and that is ½ kilo, so $4.79 for a pound of butter. But again, this is de Breton, so this is Breton butter, local butter. I have then got creme fraiche, and that was $1.82. Let me get some weight for you on that. So that's about a pound of creme fraiche. I bought some instant rice today, one for today for a quick lunch, because as I am filming this, it is 12:30. I am late back from my French class. I am late back from my shopping trip, and that is quick. And we're going to have a stir-fried chicken and vegetables with a bit of rice today. And then I've got one for the cupboard for another day when I'm really a bit late. So we'll start here. We have 16 pots of fruit yogurt. And they're the creamy ones that haven't got any fruit bits in them. They were just more affordable this week, and that was $3.26. A couple of things I've stocked up for the cupboard here. I've got some pasta sauces, and that's 97. If people think they are full of junk food, I'll tell you the ingredients. It's 50% tomatoes, 34% tomato puree, 9% vegetables of onions and carrots, sunflower oil, sugar, salt, parsley, and black pepper, basil, thyme, and laurel. That's what's in those. So that's 97 cents each. Then we've got some dried Italian cheese. This has gone up, hasn't it? It's gone up from about $1.75 from the last time I bought it up to $2.17. So, and again, I can't afford to buy a great big lump of it for like €10 at a time. So I buy it in bags like this in $2.17. And when I make things like a cheese sauce, I only need a couple of spoons of it, and it makes very cheesy cheese sauce. And then I have grated Emmental. So I've got half a kilo of Emmental. Let's call that €8. And it's exactly the same price if I buy it as a block. And for those of you who are worried about it having cellulose or anything in it, all they add to this, so it doesn't stick together, is potato starch. Dried potato, that's it. And then we've got here 350 grams. This one's a more mature cheese, very similar to this, but a more mature, $3.99. And then we've got 2 packs of feta. Feta's always expensive, it's, you know, imported. And that's $2.45 each, and that is only 200 grams, so very little at all. Then we've got sliced bread, is $1.62. 4 burger buns for burger night when Mike has to have a burger, 82 cents. And I bought, this is like 2 chicken breasts in each one cut up. Now, I really don't like the way the supermarket does this. It's $9.36 a kilo today, but all the big packs of chicken where you buy it for a kilo pack at a time, it's always $9.36. But anybody just comes along and only can afford to buy 2, it's 25% more. 25% more at $12.50 a kilo, the original price there. So I've bought these today just simply so I've got some chicken defrosted because I didn't remember to take anything out the freezer for our lunch today. So we'll just have 1 pack of this. I'll chop it up finer with our stir-fry vegetables, with a stir-fry sauce that I made previously. I froze and I'll defrost it, and some instant rice for our lunch today. There we go. That is everything in our haul today. So there was my total haul, and in total today I've spent, and it's the second shop of the month, I spent €113.65. And what we will do on the end screen is we'll put that up in all the other currencies, and all you have to do is pause the screen to see how much it would have cost you in dollars or Canadian dollars or in pounds or Australian dollars or New Zealand dollars. Now, I'll tell you what I've noticed in the supermarket is every time I go, meat is really unaffordable. Supermarkets have less and less meat all the time. Fruit and veg is really expensive. Cheese is expensive. Yogurt is expensive. Eggs are expensive. And of course, Lidl is the more affordable end of the market. And when I look in other people's trolleys, you know, they're buying lots of bread, lots of the baguettes that, you know, that you buy 3 baguettes, you get 1 free. There's a lot of the long life, cheaper things like croissant or the sweet breads and things that they can fill their children up with. There's a lot of bags of frozen fries, not called French fries here, they're called fries, frites, des frites. Lots of stuff like that in their shopping trolleys. They're bulking their shopping out with the cheap stuff. And I'm sure these people aren't thinking to themselves, yeah, let's give my kids loads of starches. Let's feed everybody with, you know, loads of cheap stuff. They are literally buying what they can afford. You know, I had a comment from one of you guys, you know, in the comments, and I read it to you. They said you are walking by so much in the supermarket now. You're really worried for your health. Your very words were you were afraid you were going to get scurvy, and I'm afraid that people's health is really suffering because it's very difficult. And what you saw me buy today was for 2 people for about 10 days. When you don't see much meat, it's because I buy my meat when it is on sale and I've got plenty of it in the freezer. So there you go. It is a struggle for everybody out there. I hope you like that. I hope you could see how much do groceries cost in France in February 2025. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up button. Leave me a comment. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Are you seeing families with less meat, less fruit, less vegetables, less fish, less eggs in their supermarket? I know Canadian and American egg prices are bonkers at the moment because of avian flu and culling of millions of birds. I get that. But are you seeing it? Are you seeing people, you know, filling up their freezer with cheap frozen pizzas or cheap frozen fries to feed the family on because they've got to get food into people's bellies? It's tough out there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video and bye for now.
¡Dale, mariachi!